Oh,
Hello
man.
and welcome everyone to this week's episode of Mondays in Exandria. We were not just cracking up and breaking 2 minutes ago, it's fine. So let's go around and let's say who we are and who will be playing this evening. I'll start with myself. I am going to be playing Wendell Eustace Abernathy, Lucius Rockwaddle Hossenpfeffer IV of the Haversham Hossenpfeffers. He is a nobleman, a warlock, and a ravishingly handsome gentleman. We also have his, manservant, Igor. Shiny Pilot, how you doing?
Oh, I'm doing good, master.
Yeah, I'm having fun. I'm excited to play. That's about it. I'm ready. Let's play some Igor.
Alright,
Let's
yeah,
have some
he'll
fun.
be playing Igor, the half-orc barbarian. And we also have our master of time and space, mostly time, Harlan, D20 coup de grace, how are you?
Very good, very good. I will be playing Harlan Flipcloak. He's a divination wizard, and tonight I divine that we will be perfectly on track for everything.
Yeah, yes, definitely. We also have the ever so lovely Nuggetosaurus.
Hi, I'm Nuggetosaurus. I'm playing Hal, the shifter fighter, not barbarian. I have to every single week. I have to stop myself from saying barbarian. I don't know why. The shifter fighter. I'm ready to have a good time. I have hot apple cider with rum, and let's get into it. Let's do this.
Sounds perfect. We also have producer Trav will be with us tonight. He is just running a bit late due to heinous traffic, so, fingers crossed that he'll get here very soon, but he will be here. And of course, last but certainly not least, we have our fantastic Dungeon Master, Deception Check.
Hi, everyone. I'm Deception Check. I'm the lucky person who gets to run these fine friends of mine through Mondays in Exandria, an adventure in Iman, which is our take on the world of Matthew Mercer's Tal'Dorei, and with a little bit of Waterdeep Dragon Heist and a few other things thrown in just for good measure, so we can just have as much fun as possible while stepping on the toes of all those who have put so much sweat and tears into the designs, so we can just destroy them willy-nilly. That's what we do best.
Yeah.
Last week, our players were still recovering a bit from the adventure of having an airship fall in your front yard. Yes, some of us had it hit them in the face, but Hal handled it quite well. Others were still just... Okay, others were just, just trying to recover and find out all the information they could. We had a visit from a fixer who is very expensive. We had Wendell letting poor Hal down because
Gently.
she just will never be the type of quality that is necessary for birthing the heir to the Hassan-Pfeffer line. But we ended last week on Igor getting a letter from an admirer, someone on his pillow, saying something. Wendell told him what it was. It's fine. They wrote a response. He put the letter underneath his pillow and they took breakfast back and has been eating ever since. It's been some time now.
Oh no.
You now have at least you're 3 months pregnant with breakfast, and and you get the urge to find out what your master is doing, Igor. So what do you do?
Igor sits up in bed and look. Oh, I feel the urge to go to the bathroom. I mean, see, master. And he'll get up and stumble out of bed. Probably start working his way then out the hallway and into the facility that we have. Kind of glancing in some of the rooms as he goes by. Just kind of thinking about that letter a little bit as he walks by. Maybe somebody in one of these rooms put the letter on it. He's not sure.
Okay. All right. So what do you do?
Okay. Walking by the rooms, looking in one, walking by the next one, looking in the other.
Okay.
Looking in the other one, and then he'll keep going if he sees nobody.
Well, give me a perception check to see what you see. For the most part, you don't see people, but the doors are open.
The most perceptive. Natural 20.
There you go. You walk by and you see a great number of like personal effects decorating many of the long-term servants' rooms. You see pictures. There are little paintings or sketches, charcoal drawings from time to time of loved ones or children. You'll see some rooms are more messy than others, but there's nothing that really stands out as indicating they might write you a letter.
Igor then will feel a brief moment of inspiration looking in these rooms, and he'll kind of look in one of them, oh, I should get a plant to decorate my room. And he'll keep on walking, and so he'll open the door out of the servants' quarters, head outside. I believe it's across a courtyard to get into the main building, right? Okay.
Yeah, you open up into the courtyard. There is the associated stable off to your left. And then the alley that goes along the side of the building that heads to the main street. You have a big open courtyard. There are barrels packed up, stormwater barrels. And there's also an entrance to the storm cellar underneath the cold cellar underneath the Shadow Inn. And there is the back door across the way for you that leads into the kitchens and then on into the building.
Back door it is. He's going to shuffle across the opening, looking like a hunchback and looking around and enjoying the nice bright sunny day, and he'll pop inside.
Okay.
See if anybody accosts him.
It would be a bright sunny day if it wasn't Iman in spring. Instead, it is overcast and drizzly, but it is warm, so it makes it muggy as well.
In Igor's head, it's like, la, 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 you know, sunshine birds chirping.
Right.
He'll continue.
Okay. You make it inside. The kitchen is a hive of busy worker bees. Smells of food are almost intoxicating for you because you just love everything that has to do with food.
Everything.
Yes, there are several roast meats being prepared. The bread is fresh and just out of the oven now and is sitting up, just cooling a bit before being served. The cook looks at you with like an evil eye, like, you know, if you go close to that food, she is going to tackle you.
Igor sits there and his eyes are glancing back and forth, close in, distance, close in, distance, like gauging, like, could I get it before she gets me?
She pulls a spoon off the table and holds it in the ready position.
It's like a Western standoff. And
yes, it is.
There. He'll kind of look at her, kind of look back at the table, and says, has master come down yet?
No, I've not seen your master, but I see you drooling over my bread there.
Oh, no, not me. As he, slurps up some of it off of his chin, and he said, well, maybe master would like some food.
I'm sure he would, but it's not time for the lunch servants yet, so you just busy on now. Go find your master, and maybe he'll send you down here in a little while, and I'll have something for you.
Okay. And he'll kind of, he's like over like extra long look at the bread as he's stepping away.
As you exit, you just hear a lot of giggles in the back.
Okay.
All right.
Well,
so
head up the stairs. Yeah.
All right. Well, you head out into the main lobby because the kitchen exits into the tap room and the service room, which is the main floor. To the left, you have the private rooms where yours is where your group meets mostly, and then the stairs that go above. As you walk in, you see Harlan come in the front door. He has a bundle under his arms. It seems he's purchased something just recently.
Oh, hi, Harlan.
Oh, hi. What are you up to?
I was coming to see Master, but what do you have there?
Ah, yes, it's good you're here. And I'll hand it to him. Carry that up to my room for me, will you?
Okay. They'll start following you.
Well, yes. Thank you.
What is it, Mr. Harlan?
It's my new armor.
Oh, armor? What do you need armor for?
For protection. There are terrible things in your future and mine. And armor will protect from them.
How do you know my future? Are you a wizard?
Of course I'm a wizard!
What kind of horrible things?
Blood and death and carnage all around us.
That's not a good future.
Well, it's only one of the futures. That's why I have the armor.
Okay. Will's turned to me. He's like, okay. So he'll just follow you then up to the room or wherever you're heading.
It's difficult to understand.
I imagine.
It's okay if you do not.
Okay.
Please, just follow me this way.
Okay.
I guess I'll head up to his room.
Where do you want me to put these, Mr. Harlan?
Yes. Just put them down over there.
Igor will walk over to wherever there is that you pointed in very unceremoniously. Glop.
Well, I assumed it was like packaged or something.
Yeah, it's wrapped in cloth and tied tightly. Harlan, it's been some time since you've all been residents at the Shadow. Have you done anything to the interior of your room that might stand out to Igor?
If it does not have a purpose, I've removed it.
Okay. All right. So
basically, like artworks and stuff, put them out.
No vases, no flowers.
Yeah.
No paintings.
Everything is all about proficiency.
Okay, so it's a minimalist nightmare inside Harlan's room right now.
Okay. I guess Igor, after plopping down the armor, kind of look towards me. Is there anything else you need?
They'll look around and say, not right now. Where were you headed?
I was going to see my master, but did you write me a note, perchance? Igor looks kind of conspiratorially around. It's only a half-orc kid.
Can you read?
His master read a note for me and said it was written by a H.
Oh, well, I wouldn't write you a note. I assumed that you were an idiot.
That's what master tells me. I guess that must be true.
Oh, well, we all have lots in life, and yours is very important.
Yeah, I guess so.
Yes.
I do serve master.
Well, you'll save all our lives one day.
Igor doesn't know how to answer. He's kind of sitting like, oh, okay. I got to go get master then if you're good.
Oh, yes, I'm quite well, thank you.
Okay, he's going to do his Igor kind of slight shuffle walk that he's got going and kind of step out the room and kind of look back one more time at Harlan and back down the hallway he goes, thinking about saving people.
Okay. As you exit Harlan's room and the door closes behind you, you hear someone coming up the stairs.
He's going to turn around. Master, is that you?
I'm not your damn master, Igor.
You shouldn't sneak up on a half-orc like
that. I wasn't sneaking, but okay. I was literally just walking upstairs to where my room is.
Now, was she coming up the servant stairs or the main stairs?
Main stairs.
Oh, okay. Then it'll kind of, my apologies.
Spit it out.
Wait, did you write me a letter?
I don't know how to read. You think I can write?
Right. Somebody wrote me a letter with an H. A large H.
It wasn't me.
Okay. Do you know any other H people?
Harlan? I think it's H.
I already talked to him. He says he didn't write.
I don't know.
Do you think I might have a secret admirer?
I guess. Maybe.
Oh, okay.
Must
Oh,
be good.
well, okay. Do you need anything?
No.
He's dying. It's
Sorry. Okay. I'll go see Master, and I'm sorry he let you down.
Yep. Totally heartbroken. Fucking devastated.
I can tell you're very mopey.
So mopey.
He's a great man.
Sure.
Most of the time. All right. I'll let you go. And Eagle will shuffle away from her towards Monster's room.
Okay. So, how you head into your room?
Yes.
Or do you to drop some stuff off or whatnot?
Yeah, I probably drop off the armor and the daggers, but I take the backpack and the clothes with me, and then I'm gonna go down a floor.
Okay.
And I'm gonna go to whatever room Reagan told me that Martin was in.
Okay. So as Igor goes to check on Wendell's door, Hal heads downstairs to the third floor, to the back room, which is one of the safe rooms that the Shadow provides for people who may or may not need a little extra security in these long Iman nights. The door is locked from the outside. It's got a little bolt that can be locked, and you hear a bit of noise on the inside as you come to the door.
Can I discern what that noise is? Is he like trying to get out? What's he trying to do?
You can give me a perception check.
Okay.
At this point, passively, you can just sort of tell. Okay, with the 21, you can hear things moving around. It sounds like maybe someone's stepping on something broken. Chairs being slid around. It's a lot of just random noise.
I'm gonna open up the door, go in.
Okay, these are smaller rooms than what you're accustomed to on the fourth floor. It's basically just a small room in the front with a few chairs. Normally, and it opens directly into a bedroom. It's sort of like a modern day sort of basic motel room in a way. The chairs are busted. The pictures are pulled off the wall, and you see a little blur hide behind the bed in the back.
You in there, kid?
You hear him shuffle behind the bed. Doesn't say anything.
I've got something for you if you want to come out.
I don't want anything from you. I don't. You locked me in here. I couldn't leave. Look. I've heard about people like you. Kids just disappear. I don't want to disappear. Just let me go. I'll forget I saw anything.
I promise. Here, do you want me to put my weapons down? Will that make you more comfortable?
You see like mop of unruly hair kind of poke over the bed, and his eyes just enough to see his eyes looking. He's like, okay.
Yep. All right. So I unbuckle all my weapons, all billion of them. And
an hour later, she's just constantly just another, from your sleeve. And all right. So he's just kind of stands up as you're doing that.
Yep. And I put them outside the room, and then I walk in, I close the door, I don't lock it. Just so my weapons are further away from me than he is, if that makes sense.
Okay.
All right. Okay, look. Martin, right?
Mm-hmm.
Hi, my name's Hal. We met yesterday. I was
Yeah.
super. I had an airship dropped on me. There we go.
Yeah, I've had a bad day too. I saw
Yeah.
the old lady die
Yeah.
badly. Yeah, I mean, it's not the first time I've seen one die. I mean,
But in that way, it's pretty rough.
Yeah.
I take so all the chairs are broken.
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay, then I'm gonna sit like cross-legged on the ground.
Okay. He steps around the bed, and you see in his hand, he's got a homemade shiv out of one of the legs of the chair. It's just a shard of wood that's kind of been rubbed a little bit, and like it's pointy. It would probably hurt if he came at you with it.
Yeah, I see it, ignore it. But I'm sitting like cross-legged in front of the door. He still can't get out, kind of thing.
Right.
I'm like, all right, look, Martin, take a seat.
I'll just stand over here. You can tell me what you want to tell me.
Okay. I told you yesterday I've got 3 like you, and I do. Mo, Olivia, and Jenny. Mo works with the blacksmith, right? He works with the blacksmith.
Yeah.
Mo works, he's an apprentice to the blacksmith. It took me a long fucking time, but I got him the job there. His life's a lot better now. Olivia is working as a seamstress, right? She's working as a seamstress with, I don't know. She's some designer. I don't know what her fucking name is. She was just, yeah, I don't remember what her name is. And Jenny is training with the Temple of the Platinum Dragon, right?
See his eyes like get big.
Yeah.
I've seen the fights there.
Yeah, I know.
Which one was Jenny?
Jenny, she's a gnome or halfling.
Halfling.
She's a halfling, but and she's not here. They live in my house down in the other quarter.
What color hair does she have?
What color hair does she have, DM?
She's your backstory. You go ahead and tell me.
I always imagine Jenny as a blonde.
Good, I did too.
Okay, good.
It's like the blonde halfling at the she's your daughter?
Yeah, pretty much. Not biologically, but she's mine.
She kicks ass.
I haven't seen her actually. She didn't fucking tell me that she switched. Whatever. I'm just more mad that she didn't tell me, so I couldn't help.
Okay, well, she's pretty badass.
Good. That's good to hear. That's great to hear, actually. But anyway, if you want, I'm leaving it up to you. I'm going to give you this offer, and it's your decision. And if not, I will let you out of here. You can leave. You don't have to see me again. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
If you want, I can train you. I can take care of you. I can protect you. I can do what I did for them. You can leave at any time. You can do whatever you want within reason. And if you decide to leave at any point, I will not stop you. The decision is yours. You will always have a roof over your head. You will always be fed, and you will always be taken care of.
Really?
Yeah.
Are you going to lock my door all the time?
Nope. The only reason why I did it today, because I knew you did something like this and you'd try to leave. And I wanted to give you the offer.
I guess that's fair. I mean, if you mean all those things, but I reserve the right to run if I have to.
That's up to you.
You have some weird friends. I watch them.
I know I do. I don't even really consider many of them friends yet. But
what's the deal with the one with the mustache?
He's fucking psycho.
He was staring at me.
Yeah, he wants to take poor destitute orphans and add them into his pyramid scheme. I don't fucking know. He's weird. Don't go. If you decide not to go with me, just don't go with him, please.
Okay, that's confusing, but I'll take it under advisement.
But I'm gonna stand up now. Okay, don't shake me with that leg.
Okay.
I'm gonna open the door.
Mm-hmm.
Go talk to Jenny. Tell her I sent you. Or don't. It's up to you. Whatever you want to do. Go find Mo at the blacksmith. go find Olivia. Just talk to him. This is where I'll be. Just let me know. And I'm going to stand up, open the door, and step out of his way.
Okay. Now I need to ask something. Harlan, you rolled a stealth roll.
Oh.
Was that accidental, or were you trying to steal all her stuff in the hallway?
I'm trying to set up my armor for disadvantage, that's all.
Okay, I was just checking. I wasn't sure because when she put her stuff in the hallway, you rolled stealth, and I was like, okay, that's kind of outside of your... Okay, all right, just checking.
Yeah.
Before he leaves, before Martin leaves, I also set down the fresh clothes in the backpack.
Okay.
I set that down for him to take if he wants, and then I step aside.
Okay. He kind of goes, he's a little more comfortable now. He's like, I'm sorry about the room. I was trying to get out.
Don't worry about it. I probably would have done the same. I probably didn't handle that the best. My bad.
Okay. These are for me?
Yeah. They're no strings attached. Take them. If you don't want to stay, do whatever you want with them.
Okay. I'm going to go see Jenny because she'd be cool as a big sister.
Yeah, and check out Olivia and Mo too. And
I don't really care about blacksmiths and sewing, but I want to kick ass like Jenny.
All right.
Okay. He starts picking through the clothes.
And make sure you get some food downstairs. Tell him I said you could have whatever you want.
Okay.
Okay. Bye. And
Bye.
I pick up all my weapons and I leave.
Okay.
Well, I take like 40 minutes to pick up all my weapons.
Just like, where do you keep all those?
Stick with me and I'll teach you.
Cool. And then upstairs, Igor is knocking on the door of Wendell's room.
Yes, I've returned probably from my brief morning excursion.
Sojourn?
Yes.
Okay.
So
you hear a knock upon your door.
Boom, 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 boom.
Come in, Igor.
Master.
Yes.
Would you like some breakfast?
We've already eaten breakfast, Igor.
Lunch?
I don't think it's quite lunchtime. You're hungry again, aren't you?
Yeah. Maybe.
Well, Igor, lunch will be soon enough. You're not going to starve. All right. What time is it? And I go, is there like a clock in this room? DM?
No. There doesn't happen to be clocks in the room at this time.
Interesting. All right.
It's, per the lady in the kitchen, it's not quite lunchtime yet, Master.
But close. All right. Well, I believe that we should get everyone together, perhaps, and check on Mr. Siffer. He's not returned my messages, and we are supposed to be looking out for him. So.
Oh, well, I passed Hal and Harlan in the hallway.
Excellent. Are they in their rooms?
I believe so, Master.
All right.
Well,
let's see.
Hal left, right? She went in and went out.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
you heard her behind you go into her room and come back out.
Why did you find Miss Howell? She's probably might break into tears at the sight of my face right now. Why did you?
I offered my condolences.
As you should. Good man, Igor. All right. Why don't you ask her if she wishes to visit Mr. Siffer with us?
Okay,
I will ask Harlan.
Siffer.
Yes, Lord Varner Siffer. We saved his life.
Varner Siffer.
Lord
Yes,
Siffer.
Master. I will find her. And
Yes,
Igor's going
go.
start heading out the room.
And I'll go knock on Harlan's door.
Oh, when you were sending him on his way, did you have one of your handkerchiefs in your
Oh
hand?
no.
Oh, okay.
I don't want to accidentally destroy something with my mighty powers.
Okay. Quick question, just for my own knowledge: Are your handkerchiefs monogrammed?
I think he wants monogrammed handkerchiefs.
Oh, he couldn't afford them
But
yet.
he couldn't afford them yet.
Okay. Just checking.
Yeah, I think he He wants them. But we just got paid, so he might splurge on a couple of hankies. I don't know.
Okay. All right.
On a couple of hankies.
Okay, so as Igor goes to check on Hal, Wendell, you go to Harlan's door.
Yes.
Harlan answers. A gleaming half plate.
Oh,
Can I help you?
look rather ready for a fight. Am I interrupting anything?
Oh no, I'm just adjusting my new armor.
Ah, well, it looks sharp.
Thank you.
I was going to go visit our good friend Mr. Lord Cipher. Would you like to accompany? He's not returned my messages, and well, the fellow is rather wanted.
Well, of course.
Right. I sent Ego to fetch Howl to see if she wished to do the same. If not, I figure we can check out Lord Cipher, then maybe investigate this, Tower of Inspired Hands, I believe it was called. He kind of pulls out a book. It's kind of shimmery, he looks through it. Ah, yes.
Yes, I'll be with you in just a moment.
Of course.
I'll
meet you downstairs.
Harlan just goes back into his room and makes some minor adjustment to something. He takes the bar of soap and places it an inch to the left, and then he heads downstairs.
All right, so you head downstairs. Hal has not returned yet, but I imagine she would probably want to go. So we'll just say that Igor and Hal are catching up with Wendell and Harlan downstairs.
Yes.
So we'll continue on with Wendell and Harlan.
All right. Well, I haven't seen hide nor hair of Lamont, which is honestly probably a good thing. You heard how he yelled at Lord Cipher's staff the last time we were there, so...
Well, I think there's one of two places he would be right now.
Oh, where would that be, Mr. Harlan?
Looming on some rooftop or...
In the sewers somewhere, creeping
some
around.
Secret place.
Yes.
Do you want me to search the sewers, master?
No, just fetch a howl.
Definitely prefer to stay out of the sewers.
Yes. Just fetch howl.
Oh, I'm sorry, I thought we were already back, as in you said Howl and Igor were with you guys.
Yes, I mean, that's fine.
Okay.
Yeah, it's fine.
Alright, just keep an eye on her. She's being very quiet and broody. It's probably because I broke her heart yesterday. It's fine.
She's staring daggers at your back, Wendell.
Just broke her heart. Lady killer. Can't help it.
There he is.
And then in glorious new black attire that shimmers in the morning light, Lamont Quinlan comes storming down the stairs.
We found you.
You've never seen him in these particular clothes. It is a much newer cut, almost fashionable, but utilitarian and quite dashing.
I see you've upgraded from the homeless life.
What? Homeless?
Yes. Your attire, it's more suitable.
Oh, you like this? I woke up and this was on. It's weird.
Walking down behind him is a small woman with a sewing kit and several different shades of black cloth over her arm. She has one of those wrist needle holder. Yeah, there, and you could tell she's a tailor.
It looks nice, but does it offer any protection?
Protection is very important.
I don't know.
Ding ding.
Ma'am, does this offer any protection?
We designed the outfit itself to go over your armor that you wear regularly, so that it would fit both with and without it. So it provides the same amount of protection that you are normally accustomed to, as well as a range of motion and a fashionable statement.
What she said.
Well, I might have to get a new coat made.
Oh, outstanding. I am on retainer to the shadow. If You must be the other owners on the 4th floor?
Yes.
Oh, excellent. Well, if you'd like to retain my services, please just tell the day staff or night staff. I work reasonable hours and my rates are reasonable as well.
Excellent. Good to know. And what might your name be, milady?
Regina.
Regina, it's a pleasure to meet you. I'm Wendell Eustace Abernathy, Lucius Throckwaddle Hossenpfeffer the Fourth of the Haversham Hossenpfeffers.
Oh, I've heard that name before. Not so much recently, but I'm familiar. I would be quite pleased to update that look of yours.
Yes, I shall most likely be calling upon your services in the near future.
Please, don't wait too long.
It's not.
You need every bit of help, it seems.
He kind of looks over at Lamont. Yes, every bit of help, apparently. Good day.
Yes, and good day to each and every one of you. And she walks out.
Wendell, you should let her make you a nice frilly cravat and a dickie.
I beg your pardon.
Just seems like the kind of thing you'd be into with this business here, you know, about the neck, right? Something that says, I'm going to dinner, but it's kind of a, you know, underhanded dinner.
Maybe. Let's go meet with Mr. Siffer.
I thought he died.
That Siffer Sr. is dead, but Siffer Jr. is the man we saved his life. You yelled at his staff.
Oh, I was totally convinced that I had the wrong Siffer. This is the guy with the safe.
No. He
This
doesn't.
is the son of the guy with the safe.
This is the son of the guy with the safe.
Who doesn't know
Who doesn't
where the safe
know
is.
what the safe is, or if it even exists.
Oh, good. I was going to question this guy. I thought he got
Doesn't-
crushed by an airship.
No, that was Howl.
Well, her too. But, okay. All right, yeah, I'm going. I'll talk to that guy.
Fantastic.
Dangle him over a rooftop by his
No,
toes.
you
and
know
find
we're
out what he
not. We're
knows.
not interrogating the man. He
What?
is a friend of group, and we are here to protect him. He hired us specifically to protect him.
That I remember.
Yes, so we cannot dangle him over a rooftop. Lamont.
What if that is required for his protection?
It's like what Velrek tells me. He'll only kick me off a roof again if it saves my life.
If it'll save his life, you may dangle him off a roof, but unless that is the last resort, not dangle him off a roof. And there's no reason to pull off his toenails, so don't even think about that one.
That was plan B.
All right. There's only a 0.32% chance that could happen anyways.
Really?
Sure.
Wendell just keeps walking.
Okay. So you head out into the rainy late morning day outside of Mon. You know it'll take you about an hour to make it through the hustle and bustle, the gates and all, to get over to Varna Siffa's. Do you wish to hail a cab, a horse and buggy, or walk?
I suppose a cab might
Walk.
be... Oh. Fantastic.
Why would we pay money when we have perfectly good legs?
Because we have many things to do today, Howl.
Yeah,
and the cab is
enjoy
faster.
an hour-long stroll.
I look
Don't
for...
you think you owe me?
It's true, I did break your heart. If a long
Yep,
stroll would help you
totally.
feel better.
Totally. broken.
I am a gentleman. I am nothing if but a gentleman.
Sure, let's go with that.
Yes.
So the hour-long awkward silence that follows.
I do keep an eye out for orphans on this long
Okay,
walk.
perception check for orphans.
Not great. Oh, and I don't have a modifier. Oh, wait, I do have a +1. That's going to be a 6.
A 6.
There's no orphans.
It
let's
is a
say.
surprisingly orphan-free morning. But you
town.
are walking
Yeah,
through
homeless
some of the higher class areas of Amman. The promenade in the section near the gate has grown, and so it's a much nicer place. You might see some beggars, but it's people who are begging it. They are the professional beggars. They know the location. They have it staked out. They're making pretty good money. The erudite quarter is an area of education and learning. The universities and the temples and all that teach there are not somewhere that you would expect beggars to or orphans to congregate.
You never know.
You aren't able to find them along this particular route. And then when you head into the central district, heading towards Varna Sifa's manor on the southern side, still not quite. The rain might be keeping them out, or perhaps this time of day there are places that give away food the orphans know about, and they've scheduled their time specifically to not be seen. Yes, it happens. Was there anything else on the way to Varna Sifa's that anyone would like to do?
I pointedly ignore Lamont the entire time.
Okay, so you're
Lamont
ignoring,
does not notice.
you're ignoring Lamont, and you're staring daggers at Wendell. Yeah. Okay, Harlan, anything you'd like to do on our walk to Varna Sifa's?
Avoiding puddles.
Difficult on this morning, but possible.
Yes. Well, you never know which one will get you.
That your prognosticative abilities allow you to miss most puddles, but right as you reach Varna Sifa's, you're caught between 3 puddles and have to choose to step in one.
Shoot. This choice is near impossible.
Go for the middle.
Master Harlan.
Middle's always the best.
Excuse me, Master Harlan. I could throw you.
Or you could just walk through the middle.
I have thought about that, and it would end up terribly. We will go this way, and I will walk through the middle.
Okay. It is wet, like most puddles.
Damn.
You arrive at Varna Sifa's manor. It looks different from the last time you were there. The roof is no longer a charred husk.
Excellent.
The wall is not blown out. The glass is not
good.
Strewn across the front manor. It looks that it has been repaired while he has been gone. The lights are on in the dim daylight that's out today. You can see light inside the building.
I will go up and give a knock at the door.
The door is quickly answered by a young halfling servant. Yes, how might I help you?
Yes, I was wondering if the Lord Sifa was in.
He is. Who may I ask is calling?
Wendell Eustace Abernathy, Lucius Throckwaddle Hossenpfeffer IV of the Haversham Hossenpfeffers, and the rest of group.
Yes, if you'd like to come in and sit in the parlor, I'll see if he'll be able to receive you.
Thank you.
He opens the door wide and allows each of you to come in.
This is a nice place. This is definitely the kind of place I'd like to move into when I move out of my parents' house.
He shows you to the parlor. You're familiar with this. You've all had wine in this parlor after successfully saving Varna Sifa's life.
Yes, I remember this parlor. I had wine in this parlor after successfully saving Varna Sifa's life.
Yes, Lamont. We all were there.
After a few moments, the halfling comes back in. Lord Sifa will see you momentarily. He will join you here.
Thank you.
Might I?
Yeah. What?
Yes.
Don't interrupt me. Okay. All right.
You
led us to the room. I'm talking to the little guy over here. Hey, listen.
I'm sorry, sir. I wasn't responding to you. I was responding to the master who raised his hand.
What?
Yeah,
I'm not.
asshole.
I'm not a master. No, I'm a servant.
Now, I'd like a glass of ice water and an answer to this question. Last time I was here, were all these people here?
I'm sorry, sir. I'm not at liberty to give those answers to you. I can bring you some water if you wish.
Just telepathy, Lamont. Yes, we were all here the last time you were here.
Who said that? Look, I'm parched, so just yes, I would love that. Thank you, sir.
And he looks over at Igor.
Nothing for me. But come. And he's gonna like wave him over a little bit, and like step kind of conspiracy close to him. And look into a group of,
He comes over.
What does your name begin with?
My name.
I'm Igor, and I'm looking for a note writer. Does your name begin with an H?
A matter of fact, it does.
Hey, well, nothing, mister, we'll talk later.
Of course. Let me go get the water for the young master here. And he walks out.
Igor kind of looks at the goggle-eyed behemoth next to him as well, because Igor's also big, and be like, I'm gonna go tend to Master now.
All right. So as everyone gets comfortable and Lamont, after assaulting another servant, waits for his cold water, Varnasifa walks in, dressed brightly, light-colored slacks, a bright blue shirt with a colorful kind of striped vest on. It's almost gaudy to a way, but it's fashionable.
Mm-hmm.
He looks good. Has a little bit of sun. Looks like he's been out in the sun a bit. No friends.
Sifa, Varna.
Oh, I do apologize. I was just answering your letters, Wendell.
Oh, good. I was a bit concerned, but it looks like you're doing exceedingly well.
I was out of Amman for a little while. The rooms were being repaired from our last adventure, and I wanted to go check on a few more wineries. And so I was over at Western looking at some of the, some of your family's holdings out there. You mentioning your family's holdings here, and I had an interest in some of the ones out in Western.
Of course.
It was fruitful. They're doing quite well out there. You should be proud.
So I've heard. I've heard they're doing quite well for themselves.
Yes. How is everyone else? Miss Howell, how are you?
Fine.
Loquacious as ever. Thank you. And Igor, you look well?
Hi, mister.
Yes.
I'm well.
And Harlan, how are you?
Is there no shade in Westeros?
There is, but I decided to get a little bit of sun. It's been so rainy here this spring.
Well, it's as it should be.
Of course, as it has been. And Mr. Lamont, I hear you're already assaulting my servants again.
Either one is a dragon.
I'm sorry?
It's telepathy over to Lamont. No, he's not a dragon.
I'm so, it must be a
He's
joke. I'm not in on.
He's taken a few punches to the face recently.
That's true. You're the one who's not a dragon.
I can assure you I've never been a dragon at all, ever.
Just check it.
Well, thank you. I hope all is well. You look very serious today.
Oh, did you hear about that airship crash that happened?
I've heard some rumors last. Why are you pointing at your head, Hal?
It landed on her.
Fucking landed on me, okay?
Well, you must have a harder head than I thought.
Apparently.
Well, I'm glad you're all right. Is everyone else okay?
We're all quite fine. It was just quite a harrowing experience. Thus, we thought we'd liven things up a bit by paying our good friend a visit, seeing how you've been.
I just thought that rumor of the airship crashing was just servant talk. You know, they go down to the market,
right
they hear
in front of our inn.
strange stories. Oh, well, doesn't have anything to do with that nasty business that's been following me around, has it?
Potentially. There was a...
Oh, I need to sit down then. And he goes over and gets in his seat.
There was a
Sits down.
clockwork machination involved.
Oh, those horrible things.
Indeed. Thus our concern for your well-being.
An enemy.
Do you know what sort of thing? Was it like those horrible monkey things that
This
was
one
last time?
Why don't you describe it? You're the one who saw it.
I have a name for it. Dungeon Master. Velrek
Yes.
told me its name.
Yes.
There's a Nimblewright.
I do. Nimblewright. Thank you.
Oh,
Steel trap mines.
those parade mechanism things.
Apparently
I've
one
seen
has
them.
gone rogue.
Or it hasn't, and it's following its master's orders.
Oh,
It
good.
hasn't gone rogue at all.
Have you checked with the House of Inspired Hands?
That
I
was
believe
our
they.
next stop. Of course, our concern for your well-being was first and foremost.
I believe
Sure.
among the other interesting creations inside that temple. I know you can't really call it a temple. It's almost like a workshop, but it's to the Allhammer, and you know how they are sometimes. But I believe there's one that lives there.
Oh, fascinating. He was apparently the clockwork mechanism was after a specific passenger. Do you happen to know a Mr. Dalakar?
You see his eyes kind of like. You said Dalakar.
Yes.
That was one of my father's men. He was a fixer of a sort. Very trusted. Would do the things that a councilman of Tal'Dorei would not want to be known. I just thought it was a necessary political evil that people would generally have to have. When you're in the public eye so much as my father was, it's difficult to do normal things, and some people create stories about you, as I thought were being created about my father. I got to know him a bit more after my father was ousted by the council. I had not seen him in a long time. I thought I was out from under my father's long, dark shadow. The truth is, I want nothing to do with my father or his...
Understandable. So, I only mentioned it because apparently, some of the last words that Dalakar had said, he mentioned Sifa's son, which was you. So.
Oh, well, he's been watching me for the last few months. My father's spies have been here for years now, checking up on me, watching me. I've had people tell me about it. I don't know a spy from anywhere else, but I've gotten to know a few things, especially now after all these things have happened to me in the last few weeks. But Dalakar disappeared. He was genuinely visible. I would go out and I'd see him in a corner and he'd just nod at me. I would be in the marketplace and he'd walk by on the other side of the store, and
How long ago did he disappear?
2 weeks ago? Thereabouts. Suddenly he was just not there anymore. I would come to get used to it. It was kind of comforting to know that there was someone keeping an eye on me, even though I didn't know why.
Interesting how he... let's see, was that right before the attack, DM, or right after the attack?
That would have been before the attack.
Okay. Interesting how he disappeared right before the attack happened on yourself.
I will say this to all of you. My father did not trust many people. Me, most of all. But he trusted that gnome.
Well, unfortunately, I have to inform you that he is no longer with us. The airship crash took him right out.
And I guess I must... Well, we are friends, aren't we? And he looks around at each and every one of you.
Of course.
I can trust you.
Barna, we've already saved your life once.
He looks at Lamont directly. I can trust you.
Well, of course we are the best of friends, and you can trust me. I have nothing but your best interests at heart.
Oh, I feel so much better now. Well,
Wendell keeps the look of surprise at how well Lamont said that.
Sifa does not recognize any of that, nor the sarcasm that I might believe as DM that Lamont has in his voice.
Howl is rolling the shit out of her eyes right now. Fuck you, Lamont.
Well, I kind of took it upon myself before I was assaulted by those brass hand people and spoke to a few people I thought of as Delacar's friends. Apparently, he was on a special mission for my father to retrieve something called the Stone of Galore. There had been rumors that the Myriad and the class were both close to catching him and finding it. I didn't know what else to do. I don't know what that is. I know who the clasp is. I don't know anything about this Myriad. I don't know, but supposedly, I was contacted afterwards by these same people who said that who had heard about my kidnapping, and they mentioned that he started asking around to find out why I was being assaulted and to send apologies for not being there to protect me. But maybe you said he came to see you?
Yes, he said perhaps. Unfortunately, we were not in at the time. But perhaps this whole thing could have been averted. But he was looking for us, saying that perhaps he could trust the people who helped Sifa's son.
Oh. Well, perhaps he was planning to pay you to deliver the stone to my father. You know, he's in Wildmount. He's hiding out there, has friends, some of the same people well, I don't know enough about it to really say, and I don't want to be spouting off rumors, especially with my father's long arm still touching the world near here. So that's all I really know.
Thank you, Sifa. Giving us some things to potentially look in on. With, of course, because we hate for anything else to happen to you.
Quite interesting.
Was there anything else about this? You said he died in that crash
Airship
last
crash.
night.
Yes.
The one that hit poor Howl in the face.
Yes, he was on that ship.
Oh. So strange. Was there anything else strange that happened that night? Perhaps there's connections. You have my mind running right now.
Hmm?
You
Do you
have
pull out the diagram?
But diorama. Or
what a wonderful diorama. Oh, and it collapses down flat almost.
Yes.
You really have a talent there, Mr. Harlan.
Oh, thank you. It's nothing really. It only took me 5 hours.
Oh, really? So short of time?
Yes.
Oh. What is this figure leaving the scene?
What?
Well, that right there. You've done the entire. This is the action that happened that day, right?
Yes, exactly as I remember it.
Okay. Well, there's a figure running away there.
Yeah, that person also dropped this in a water bucket.
Is it the little clockwork man running away?
No, that would have been in the sewer.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I wouldn't have seen that.
I lift up the necklace of fireballs that I'm wearing.
Oh, man, that's quite an interesting piece. Looks like it's missing some of the beads.
Yep.
Yes. The clockwork mechanism had that.
Nah, some lady. Maybe not a lady. What did Martin said it was?
Oh, no, Martin said it fell out of the sky.
Fell from the sky.
And the clockwork dude threw the bead at the assassins attacking Delacar.
I'm confused.
Okay.
So the running
Do I
person,
look at do I recognize the person leaving the scene on his diorama? His diagram?
No,
We're
it's
all
just
there.
it's just a figure
All right.
Okay.
leaving the scene and heading towards the northeast. That would be towards the gate.
Okay, towards the gate. It seems someone was running out to the city there. Let's see.
What else can you tell me about this what happened?
Well,
They were dead. Guess that's what caused it all. Thing fell on them. And yeah, pretty much killed him.
Nope, that's totally false.
it was their ship.
No?
It was in the sky. Assassins tried to kill Delacar.
Okay, so Delacar was there. There were 3 people coming at Delacar. And then this random clockwork mechanism that's not one of the 3 people chucked this fireball at one of these things and killed all of them. No, killed Delacar and 2 of them, and 1 got away.
Oh, that's probably this fellow, and I gestured to the one leaving the scene.
And then the explosion caused the airship to crash on my face.
And that brings me to a really good point. Something I've been really interested in and curious about. Was it Delacar? Was it Delacar that was supposed to give me a glass of ice water 20 minutes ago? Or was it that little guy I saw running around not doing what he's supposed to do?
Oh, you mean the glass of water sitting on the table beside you?
What?
You're looking, there's a glass of water sitting on the table beside you. I've trained my servants not to interrupt while we're talking. They have ways around. If you notice, the seats are out from the walls, so they can slide quickly and effectively without interrupting.
Yeah, maybe you should stop accusing people of shit they haven't even fucking done, Lamont.
Well, we are raising our voice to each other.
My voice has not been raised at all. This is my normal volume, Lamont.
Do you want some water?
No, I don't want any of your fucking water.
Wendell's like, she's upset. I broke her heart yesterday.
Shut up, Wendell. I don't give a fuck.
I'm noticing a new hostility among the group.
You know, you get an airship dropped on your head, you're bound to have a wing nut.
Oh, no. This has nothing to do with a fucking airship, Lamont. This has to do with the fact that you fucking accused me of murdering you, and I haven't even fucking done it.
Friends, please. Can we?
You haven't done it.
Please, how about a drink for everyone? With that, a nice glass of wine or something?
Hard fucking liquor.
Yes, please.
Okay, yes. And he rings a little bell by his on the table beside his chair, and the halfling comes in. Oh, good, Hildebrand. Would you please get everyone a glass of wine and bring Miss Howell a bottle of something strong, brandy maybe?
I don't care as long as it gets me fucking drunk.
Great. Day drinking. We'll take care of that. Go ahead and bring it on in.
Master, can I help Mr. Hildebrand?
Do you require his services?
Who are you asking?
The poor servant.
He looks over and he goes, of course, I would be more than happy to
Please take him off my hands.
Oh, wonderful. Please follow me.
At once, Master.
And Igor follows Hildebrand.
Don't break anything.
Yes, Master. I won't break anything.
All right, so
Harlan,
they exit the room. Yes, Harlan.
Yeah, Harlan will go over to Lamont and just kind of stand next to him and say, unfortunately, you can't prosecute people on future crimes. If you could, though, you'd all be in jail.
Oh, sure. Well, I knew that.
Wendell looks very offended.
I may have crossed a line pointing at her and yelling at her.
You may have crossed the line.
All right, that's probably the one part of it where, I should have given it a little more thought.
Yeah,
but
you definitely crossed a fucking
well,
line.
but the fact is, I crossed another line, which was the wall of death, and on the other side, saw your face smiling. So what am I supposed to do? Come back and give you a kiss on the cheek? It's crucial evidence that I took a second to present to you.
You sold
might
Now
need
you're
a
all
rebound.
busted.
How?
something
Like
when
you've
you were
never-
fucking dead.
Like
That
you've
doesn't
never
prove a
killed anybody.
goddamn thing.
He
I
was never
believe this
dead.
conversation is best
I'm
held in private, not so much
sorry,
in the
Miss
parlor of a
Varna
friend.
Ziffer.
Hi. Yes.
I'm terribly
Thank
sorry about
you.
all this. It's just...
Where does your father keep his valuables?
I'm sorry. I believe my father, the disgraced former councilman of Tal'Dorei,
Oh,
is
right.
now
yeah.
on the run living in Wildmount.
Just
Yes.
slips up right then and he tells her where the vault is. Oh crap, I wasn't supposed to tell you that.
Right, but if he had like the stone of galore or whatever, like a large amount of money, he'd put that in the. Finish that sentence.
Right. You're asking me about the very thing that the brass hands were accusing me of knowing as well, and we did not know. I don't know anything about my father's dealings.
even
I don't
know
know
it
why the
exists,
Stone
honestly.
of Galore is something important. I don't know anything. Do you think if I knew where my father kept 500,000 golden pieces, I would not have access to that myself and be living a little bit larger than I am right now?
He's got a point, Lamont.
I do think you would be doing that if that's the question you're asking me.
I mean,
do.
it has been nearly a decade.
So true.
Okay, so now he's on the run.
Has been for quite some time. I don't really think he's running much anymore. I believe he's creating a power base for himself in another country. He has some very powerful friends of which I know nothing about.
Speaking of friends, of course, our wonderful
Yes.
friendship. You mentioned
Of
Dalakar
course.
had some friends who seemed to be slightly aware of what was going on.
That question, Mr. Lamont, are you okay? You seem to
Just
be
thinking.
hyperventilating.
I don't know. I was making a duck face with my water. Watch.
You truly are.
He got hit in the head very hard. I had to save his life
And I
twice.
thought it was
3
Miss
times.
Howell that was hit by the airship in the face.
He
It
wasn't
was.
hit by an airship, but he nearly
Brain
died 3
damage.
times. I have it written down.
Yes. Yes. Oh, all right. Well,
Nearly.
the friends you speak of, they are some of the others I'd recognized watching me from time to time in the months past. I have acquaintances among the guard. There are noble families who have some of their lesser sons working as captains in the guard. And, well, we were on good terms from olden days, and I can always ask for a favor or two, and they recognized who I was talking about and what their names were. And, well, they put me in contact with them, and I was able to find them. And let me just tell you, the places they spend is the dirty, dive-looking places. I'm sure Miss Howell knows much about those, but it's strange for me. I've never gone to places like that. Sawdust on the floor
Oh, good
and
heavens.
wood covering windows, very bawdy, dirty talking servants that talk back.
Best kind of place.
Yes, I'm sure you enjoy yourself very much there, Miss Howell.
Wish I was there right now.
I'm sure you do. And he'll go on talking about that, but we're going to switch over real quick before Lamont does another duck face, and we'll go over and check on Igor and Hildebrand, the halfling servant. You find yourself in a drink closet. It's more like a pantry with several different liquors and the day's wine selection brought up from the wine cellar. You look like you want to speak to me about something. What might that be, sir?
This is a safe area to talk.
I believe the entire house is safe, but it's up to you.
Okay. I received a letter from a Mr. H. Would you happen to be a Mr. H?
My first name does start with H.
Oh,
Hildebrand.
so
But I have only just met you for the first time.
have you seen me before, perhaps?
Yes, I have seen you before.
Oh,
You were pointed out to me by my master as some of the ones who rescued him during that issue a few weeks back. I was not on shift that night.
So, did you perchance then write me a letter about my master?
I do not know you, and I have no reason to write you a letter. I'm sure you're a very nice person, but I am seeing someone very happily.
Oh,
and no,
good.
Was that all?
Wait, do you know anybody who's named H?
I do not know a soul named specifically H, but I know quite a few people.
The mystery continues.
In the city with a name that starts with H. But as you consider that, here, take this bottle of brandy to your friend Miss Howell, and this is a glass of Hassenpfeffer for Mr. Hassenpfeffer. Oh, look, Mr. Hassenpfeffer. His name begins with H as well. Have you asked your master if he wrote the letter?
Oh, Hassenpfeffer? Why would Master write a letter to me about Master?
That's a question you must ask your master. Run along now. I'm sure they're thirsty. I'll be right behind you.
Okay.
So as Igor and Hildebrand walk back in with drinks for everyone, Sifa is still expounding on the destitute nature of the bars that he had to go to speak to these people.
I'm very sympathetic to his suffering.
Oh, Master, a drink for you.
Yes,
and they drank out of wooden mugs.
Wooden?
Why?
No, the wine belongs in a wooden cask, but once it's put into
crystal, at least. I mean, drinking Hassenpfeffer out of a wooden chalice. Are we cavemen?
Right.
But neither here nor there. I could contact my friends in the guard and ask them if there's been any developments.
Yes,
I'm sure.
Any word about that stone of galore?
Of course, I'm sure they'll come to speak with me because if they know anything of Dalakar and his people, they'll know that he was associated with my father. So I'm sure they'll come by at some point.
I'm sure.
But I will get to the bottom, and I'll send you a letter immediately. I owe you at least 3 for all the ones you've written me.
Just checking in on a good friend.
Well, of course. Here's a drink for you.
Thank you. And I take the bottle, pull out the cork, and drink half of it just in one go.
Yep, that's why I sent you the bottle.
Yep.
You can drink.
Yep.
That's impressive.
My whole life, all 10 years.
I drink too. The fluids are good.
Sure, Igor. Sure.
Igor will turn and head the other way back towards Master.
So, was there anything else? This has been quite a morning of revelations.
I would hate to take up more of your time than we already have.
Oh, no. It's always pleasant. You are my rescuers. I would not be here right now if it wasn't for each and every one of you, and I owe you this much, at least, and more, I'm sure.
Sure. How much more, would you say?
A value you could not put a figure upon.
Well, I mean...
Price of friendship, Lamont. Now let's not take up any more of good Varna Sif's time. We need to be getting to the Tower of Hands to investigate that clockwork machination and those workshops, Lamont.
Oh.
Yes. I throw a wink back at Mr. Sifa, like, I'll get these guys out of here.
Yeah, he gives it a thank you.
All right.
Igor,
I look forward to your letters, Mr. Sifa.
Of course. As you finish passing your 2 drinks out and you turn around, you notice you don't have one, and then beside you, Hildebrand has a glass, and he offers to hand it to you in trade for the serving plate that you had. I hope you enjoy. I put a little extra in there for you.
Oh, thank you for the assistance with the letter.
It is my pleasure. Good luck in your search. And he exits the room.
What is this letter he keeps talking about?
What? I didn't say letter. There's no letter. No,
Okay.
It's like deer caught in a headlights. Like, I don't know what to do now.
You're
Yeah,
lying.
I'm sorry. I must be some sort of private thing.
I mean fettering. What's to do with all the fettering? Like, old fetter about.
And it's time to go! And
Yes, let's go.
Thank you again.
The rest of the bottle and put it on the table and leave.
Do you need one for the road, Miss Howell?
Fuck yes, please. I love you. God damn.
Of course. And he's like, Hildebrand, one more, please. Comes running in. I do need a con save for that first bottle that you just drank because you pretty much have alcohol poisoning at this point.
20.
Okay, with a 20 on your constitution save, you do not have alcohol poisoning. You just have a damn good day drunk going.
Nice. I like it.
drunk.
But your next roll will be at disadvantage when you finish off this bottle.
Okay.
Maybe they watered down the brandy in this household.
Maybe.
It's possible.
It's definitely possible.
So you exit out into the street in the central district of Amman. Where do you go now?
Temple District.
Yes.
Okay.
I think that went well back there. I mean, I think we got him right where we
It could
wanted
have
him.
been much worse. Yes. Yes. It could have been worse.
What did we decide to do after?
We're going to go to the Tower of Inspired Hands, Lamont. Investigate there. They do the clockwork machinations for the parades. Like the one that threw a fireball at the airship that landed on Howl.
Oh.
Harlan, intelligence check, please.
Oh boy.
Or history.
History or intelligence?
I like stole the water glass from Varnasifa's house.
Okay.
And I'm like, walk up to Hal, kind of wiggle the glass a little bit.
It's a fine crystal chalice.
Let me get a little hit of that.
I'm just gonna fuck. I'm gonna pop it out of his hand. Just hit it out of his hand.
Can I mage hand catch it? That is good crystal.
Yes, I'll allow that. So
Fuck
it flies
off, Lamont.
I met one of your kids. You know that?
I'm well fucking aware.
Yeah, I was asleep on your doorstep, and the kid came up, talked to me. How many kids?
Probably.
You got?
I got 3,
Or
possibly 4. We'll see.
possibly.
That's cool.
Stop talking to me. I'm fucking pissed at you.
But we were so close.
Oh yeah, I know. And then you accuse me of fucking murdering you.
I didn't accuse you of having done it.
Really?
See, you
because
seem to
that's
have a
what it
strange-
fucking was.
But you seem to have a strange concept of time. And yes, while it's true the time is both the future and the past are both happening concurrently, and time is flat in that regard.
Uh-huh.
You have not actually killed me yet as I'm standing here talking to you. I shared that with you because of the terrifying vision that I had. Now, I may have been upset in the beginning, which happens. I have a blood sugar thing and like an inner ear thing. It's not the point. Point is, I was sharing with you a horrifying vision, and you have let it upset you. And, you know, I'm handling it really well. I'm the one who died twice. And I want you to know how much I appreciate you. I want you to know how much I appreciate you taking me to the pits. I appreciate you helping me through that difficult time, finding that guy to beat the hell out of me so bad that I died. These are things that I wanted to happen, and you realized that dream for me, Hal, and I will be forever grateful to you. Regardless of my bad behavior, I thought it was important to share that information. It scared me too, Hal. I'm the one who was there. You think I'm not scared? You think I'm not terrified of a vision where I'm murdered by one of the people closest to me? It's fucked me up too, man.
Wendell leans over to Harlan and says, "He's trying too hard to be a rebound, let me tell you."
Harlan does not react like that. Harlan's just kind of like,
Yes.
He doesn't understand any of this. It's just like, what is this going on?
Here's the thing, Lamont. I'm not pissed No, I am pissed. I'm pissed that you accused me of murder because the fact that you think I'm even capable of murdering my best friend, no matter what this vision told you, is bullshit.
Talking about me?
Yeah, I'm talking about you. You think, okay, so you saw some crazy ass vision when you were near death. When you're delusional, because that's what happens when you're near death. I know, I've been there multiple fucking times. And you think that just because you saw that, I'm capable of murdering you.
I hadn't given it such thorough thought as to how capable you're capable of murder.
I'm absolutely capable of murder. I'm not capable of murdering people that I care for, that are my friends.
Well, I did that. This is information I did not have when I died. You know, we haven't had that conversation.
I didn't think we needed to.
I've never had a best friend. I don't know what that even means.
Neither do I, but apparently that's what you fucking are. So here, and I'm gonna shove the brandy into his hand.
Come here. All right.
Nope, I'm storming away now. Don't touch me.
Where are you going?
I storm away.
I definitely.
I'm still mad at you.
That crystal glass that I mage hand caught.
I like look at Igor and be like, I thought that went well.
Oh, you did very well, sir. Very well.
Oh.
People say
it tastes like
society's strange.
Oh.
It's a bit strong, isn't it?
Oh, I got that. My sinuses are open now. Okay. Well, we were gonna find out about some stuff. Let's go find out about that stuff. I want to know about the robots. Harlan.
All right, so this entire time you've been walking north towards the Temple District, having this conversation and making a scene in the street.
I pretend not to be observing the scene.
And you continue walking north.
I have a question.
Yes.
So, the Temple District, I'm assuming the Temple to the Platinum Dragon is there as well.
Of course, yes.
Cool. Is it like, is it along the way? Is it past this temple? Can I slip in there right quick?
No.
God damn it.
It is not along the way to this particular temple / workshop.
Boo.
And since Harlan didn't see the note that I wrote him, his 18 intelligence check.
Oops.
So, as you're continuing north, you're about to one of the major causeways in the middle of the Central District, heading north towards the Temple District, when Harlan has an epiphany.
Oh, yes. Yes. The House of the Inspired Hand isn't in the Temple District. It's in the Erudite Quarter.
God damn it, Harlan. You couldn't have told us when we were near there.
If only we had taken a cab.
It's been much more dangerous.
You shut up, Wendell.
Pretend not to hear. Just keep walking. Pretend not to hear. You know, it's fine.
All right. So, is there any more emotional outbursts to be had on your way to the actual location of the House of Inspired Hands?
Nope.
Okay. So you head in along one of the northern gates in the wall between the Central District and the Erudite Quarter. Lamont, your eyes are quickly drawn to the Sapphire Spire, to which you were born into this world only weeks or short months ago. And you have to pass near it as you head to this strange building on the north side of the Erudite Quarter along the walls of the Cloudtop District. It is a white and gold temple with the markings and some of the telltale smokestacks and piles of materials out front that you would find in a workshop. It seems like someone took a workshop and a temple and just rolled it all together. It's multi-story. There are brass attachments and weird mechanisms operating here and there about it. And there in the center, above the large open doors, is a golden, is a symbol with a golden warhammer emblazoned in the center of it, with the faces of the Allhammer on both sides looking away. And this is the House of Inspired Hands. As you're taking it all in before entering, you see the silhouette of a figure in an upstairs window looking down upon you. I'm going to roll a d6 here.
Oh dear.
I'm going to throw a d6 on the floor and then find another one and roll it. Oh, good. And okay, so there's a motion and a blur speeds out of the window and starts heading directly at your group. I'm going to roll this.
I prepare a handkerchief.
All right. The blur shoots right past Hal's head and crashes into the ground. It breaks into a number of little pieces. As it got closer, you saw it was a small sparrow, a little mechanical bird. It crashed into the ground and broke into hundreds of little pieces, being destroyed on the impact. You glance back up to the window where the thing was, and you see the shadow retreat inside the building.
It looks like that project needs more work.
For sure they're not supposed to do that.
Ahead. Like a fucking airship.
Maybe your head just attracts these kinds of things. You're very attractive, Hal.
I'm going to go check the wreckage.
Okay. How would you like to? Are you going to investigate it, or are you going to?
Yes. Does anything look familiar about it?
Sure. Give me your investigation check.
What level is the window on?
22.
Looks to be a combination of third and fourth. This building is kind of strange. It doesn't really conform to most construction construction forms that you're used to. It looks like it's like an offshoot fourth floor connected to the third, but not really.
Okay.
With a 22 investigation check, Harlan, you look and it seems like a very simple mechanism, one that looked like it was supposed to basically just glide for a little while and then hit whatever target it was thrown at. It had no real, no sharp edges, no daggers, no poisons, no nothing. It just looked like it was a prank sort of mechanism.
It could have been an accident.
I don't know. It felt pretty targeted.
She just loves being the center of attention.
Inside mechanical.
Oh, I like being the center of attention. Wendell.
He'd like to say that quietly enough over to Harlan, or she can't hear that.
Super perception.
What time is it?
It's a little after lunch now. Midday.
So if you guys don't want me to climb the side of this building and get in that window, now would be the time to speak up about it.
We should
the front door.
walk in through the front door.
But then they'll know.
I think they already know. They threw a sparrow at Hal's head.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Can I have my brandy back?
Oh, yeah, here you go.
Thanks.
Oh, perhaps you should climb up there and figure out where that sparrow guy went.
I knock on the front door.
The door is open.
Ah, yes.
They are wide open. This is a temple. Most temples in Amman are open to visitors during the day.
Mm-hmm.
Do you all enter?
Sure.
Yes.
Okay. The main hall of this temple holds 24 marble pedestals and a large 2-story open room. Each one bears a prize-winning invention or miniature model of some extraordinary creation. You see a 4-foot-tall working model of a clock tower. It is made of wood, iron, bronze, glass, and has bells and delicate hands formed from solid gold. You see another one with a wooden flying machine that you believe its wings flap to make it airborne. There's a miniature model of a mechanical dragon turtle with a brass plate affixed to it that reads, Big Belchy sank in Deepwater Harbor on the day of, and it's kind of scratched out. Seems like they put different types of numbers on there. You see another one is a functional waking helmet equipped with a small articulated metal arms and hands that gently slap the wearer if he or she falls asleep. It seems to be well used.
Waking helmet.
Yes. And then you see a miniature model of what looks to be a canister thing. It looks sort of like a manta ray or fish of some sort. It has a brass plate affixed to the pedestal and reads the Scarlet Marpinoth, Wildmount Submersible, launched and lost.
Interesting.
And there's many other different types of creations around. Some of them look like they were broken the day they were put together, but they're all well-made designs.
This is amazing.
Is there anyone in here?
Not at the moment. You see at the far end of the hall, double doors closed, and you see above you, around where the second floor should be, little gallery seating, spaces for people to sit and look down upon the main hall. Perception checks from anyone who wishes to listen for more, or
yes. 13.
Okay. Lamont, you are enthralled with an 8 by everything you see around you.
Thanks.
How the brandy is the most important thing in your hand as you roll a 6 in your perception.
Hell yeah.
Even though you're kind of coming to grips with the fact that you actually told someone that they're your best friend and you have no idea what that means, and you're still grasping that right now. Yeah, you believe that you probably shouldn't have drank so much before you said that.
Yeah.
Harlan, Flipcloak, with a 20, a natural 20 for 20. You hear all sorts of things. Let's see what Wendell and Igor have.
13.
Igor, did you roll, or you
Igor's
don't care?
not paying attention. He's just enjoying it.
Okay, all right. And I'm sorry, Wendell, what did you say?
13.
13.
Yes.
Okay, Wendell, you hear a great whirling, lots of mechanical things in the background, maybe a blast furnace going in another room. There's the tinks of metal cooling as after it's been heated. It just general mechanism sounds coming from all directions and echoing off the walls. It's hard to really pick up on anything. Harlan, however, you hear what sounds like underneath the din that everyone else hears. You hear footsteps coming from the other side of the doorway.
There's someone coming. I'll prepare to greet them.
All right. So you walk up to the door, prepare to greet them, and the door opens, and you see an 8-foot-tall dragonborn of the bronze in the gold and white vestments of a priest of the Allfather, or the Allhammer, sorry. She greets you with a large smile, if a dragonborn can be said to smile very easily. Hello! Welcome to the House of Inspired Hands. Are we looking to be inspired today?
Yeah.
Igor looks to Moxie like, true.
Yes, we'd love to learn all about this place.
Wonderful. I am Valletta. I serve the Allhammer, and I help lead everyone to the creative desires as best as possible. What is it we want to work on today?
Well, I'd like to build a machine that creates an army of automata minions upon which I will exact my revenge on that pyramid over there, and then eventually create a machine that dominates the minds of men so that I can reconnect with my forgotten past from potentially another plane of existence. And I'd like to get that done before 7 tonight because I've got a thing later.
She starts chuckling. Oh, oh, if I had a copper for every time I heard that story.
Apparently you've been here a lot, Lamont.
Why are we laughing?
I'm sorry.
I wasn't kidding.
That's not possible, number one. Number two, the Allhammer would not allow that sort of thing to happen. His creations are for the good of all, not for the subjugation of others.
The Allhammer is a person.
The Allhammer is a god who leads us through the creative endeavors that we seek. He provides inspiration, courage, the wherewithal to be able to fight through loss and failure, to create the truly inspirational creations, as though you see these here.
Such an inspiring speech. Quite taken.
So, I'm beginning to think that perhaps you aren't here to create anything, so may I ask why you are here?
I thought Lamont would want to create all sorts of things. I have been absolutely fascinated by those, what are they called? Nimblerites that they see in the parades and such. I'd love to learn more about them if I could.
Yes. Well, Nimblerites are a class of creation, most often built by wizards. They are more magic than mechanism for the most part. They are normally just puppets for the most part. They do a single thing and they do it well for the most part.
For the most part?
Well, yes, for the most part. The ones you see in the parades are normally built just to walk in the parade, and they turn and they wave and they look grand and shine in the light of day. Yes, those aren't built for anything other than walking and waving. Then there's some that are created by more capable creators that have other abilities. We have one such here. His name is Nim. He's actually creates his own creations. He's almost like an inspiration from the Allhammer himself, a creation that creates as well. Just this morning, he made a beautiful sparrow for me. It flew around the room for just a moment. It was quite glorious. So inspirational.
Yes, we were nearly assaulted by that raven. Or sparrow.
What do you mean, assaulted by the sparrow?
It's in pieces, and
it flew out of the window towards her face, but it
Can you show me? Would you mind? I need to know.
Follow me.
She looks very serious at this point and follows Harlan out. Do the rest of you come, or do you stay inside?
I will stand in the doorway.
Mm-hmm.
So I can...
Eagle will be with Master.
Okay. How?
I'm just gonna circle the room.
Okay. Lamont, do you
I circle the room looking at the various stuff and lost in thought over what I'm going to tell this guy I want him to make me.
Okay. All right. So, Harlan, you lead Valletta out to the street. Oh, dear.
Yes. This is what's left. It came from that window up there.
Okay, she looks where you're pointing. She just nods knowingly and delicately picks up the individual pieces, almost reverently. It's like it was so beautiful. I saw it this morning to see it dashed so.
Well, it is.
Did you see who threw it out the window?
I couldn't make out his face.
No, he doesn't really have one. It's more of a you'll see. Well, I'll introduce you. Nim.
Is there
Let's
something
go
wrong?
inside. And from time to time, our Nim can be a bit impulsive. It's difficult to understand. Being a creation himself, you think that he's guided by the All-Hammer, but sometimes I wonder if he has a bit of faulty reasoning, or perhaps there's a circuit or something out of whack. I'm sorry. Yeah, please, let's go back inside. I'll lead you up to Nim's room.
Well, someone should tell him he shouldn't throw things out the window. He could hurt someone.
I will definitely say that to Nim when we get there. that is definitely what I'm going to say. Walks inside with Harlan. You hear all this, Wendell and Igor. Would we all like to go up and meet Nim?
Love to. Be honored.
Looks over at Howell and Lamont and sort of the sides of the rooms.
Yep.
Who's Nim? Oh, the guy. Yeah.
Yes.
Nim is a Nibblewright.
I'm in. Bring it on. Nibblewright. Sounds like a blast. Let's do it.
All right. Follow me, please. And Valletta will lead you down a back hall. And you see, as you walk down the hall, there are doorways on either side. And they open up into large workshops where there are other priests and lay people just building things. All the way through.
We walk, I want to keep my eyes out for any of the types of constructs that we've seen, like the monkeys or
okay,
those kinds of things.
Perception checks for all who are keeping their eyes out for these sorts of things.
Yes.
Harlan, I'll keep your 20 going because that was really good. Lamont with a dirty 20. All right.
21.
Hal with a 21.
16.
Okay. 16, not bad.
Igor got a 12.
Igor got a 12. You're just having fun. This is cool stuff. Like
Basically, Igor's along for the ride. He's just like,
ooh, I want to play. These looking fun. And you see some children in there as well, working on things and building things.
I approve highly.
Even with Harlan's natural 20 moving forward, there are no recognizable constructs of any type here.
Okay.
These are people working on some clocks. They're working on better types of wheel construction. They're working on just all sorts of things that might help day to day, or they might be repairing some things. You see several people fixing tools or crafting new ones. There's a blacksmith room with a bellows and a forge and all there that they're working on certain things. It seems like all manner of creation is supported within this temple.
Lamont's just in the chocolate factory, just fascinated by every part of this and is just taking it all in and like attempting to touch things and then like kind of pull his hand back.
You see along the walls also the uses decoration or schematics of all sorts of creations made by different people. Some are very old and look very simple, and some are quite intricate and hard to understand. None are recognizable. And then you head upstairs. You head up the stairs. It's a very simple staircase. It leads up to the third floor. You walk along what looks to be the cells for the priests that live there, the clerics. And then you make your way to a small flight of stairs that turns and then ends at a door that's closed. She's like, well, this is Nim's room. She goes to open it and it's locked. Nim, it's Valletta. Please open the door. You hear movement on the other side. The door stays closed. Would you please?
Nim, this is your mother. If you come out, I'll cook your favorite dish.
Nim, I saw the sparrow. You threw it to these fine people. It's broken down. I'm very disappointed in you. Please. Open. After a moment, she just sighs and she pulls out a little contraption from her pocket. And it's this weird little, like, it looks like a doorknob that has a flat piece on the other side of it and all these little arms. And she puts it up near the lock and squeezes it. And you see these little arms jump out and they go into the lock and they pick it. And it opens. She goes,
have one of those.
No, we can't. We won't allow this out. Too many bad things could happen. Will you just use that here when some people get frustrated with the work? Sometimes we have to unlock our own doors. And she hides it way back in her pocket. And the door swings open. And there you see against the window, Nim. It's a 5.5 foot tall brass construct made generally in the form of a humanoid. It's wearing a smock and pants, basically. No shoes, no gloves. It's articulated hands, not much of a face. It's just sort of like a construct of pieces that sort of resemble a head and eyes and a mouth. And you see him signing real quick, making movements with his hands. And you see Valletta like reading what he's doing. She goes, yeah, Nim is advanced in what they can do, but he cannot speak. He apologizes profusely for what he's done. No
trouble. I'm gonna reach out with my brain probe and see if there's any thing to link to telepathically.
No.
Okay.
No thinking.
Empty gray space. There's nothing there for you to directly connect to.
Okay, cool. That answers some of Wendell's questions.
Mm-hmm.
Do I recognize any of the signs he's making?
They are not the type of sign. Now, you haven't been trained in this particular. It's kind of a rough, weird creation. It doesn't look like it. You've seen real sign language before in some circles. It doesn't look like that either. It looks like this might be something that was created in the temple itself.
Okay.
There are any signs of like melting or burn marks on them?
No. With your earlier perception, you do not see anything like that. There are, nicks and scratches, things like that, but normal wear and tear. Nothing that looks like what you imagine. How you do know this looks a lot like, almost exactly like, the thing that ran away.
So, how unique are you, Nim? Are you the only one of your kind? The only one that's cognizant? That's a word that I know.
That's a word that I know. He kind of it takes a step back and signs quickly and almost like aggressively at Valletta. He says he knows absolutely nothing about anything that looks just like him, and he has never created anything like himself. He guarantees you specifically, Nim, what are you not telling them? What are you not telling me?
Look, Nim, you're not in trouble, all right? We're curious. We want some answers.
You're absolutely fascinating.
Some weird things have been happening, and we just want to make sure nobody else gets hurt.
Slowly draw a sword. No.
It starts. So, like, you could almost swear, without inciting, that he just deflates a little bit and starts signing kind of mopily. And it's like she starts basically reciting what Nim is signing. It's like he says he was lonely at night here because he does not sleep. And
I know that
the creations that he has made fill only a small bit of that time with excitement and knowledge and fun. And so he had what he calls an inspiration from the Allhammer to create himself a playmate. And so Nim built another Nim.
No, he's not in trouble. Just let him tell it.
Oh, no, he's in trouble. Built another Nimblewright.
Another one like him, or another one like the ones in the parades?
Another one like him.
Mm-hmm.
And
But it didn't go good, did it?
Oh no, it went well. He said
Great.
it was almost exactly like him.
Mm-hmm.
Except
that-
murderous.
It became afraid that it would be found and destroyed, and so it escaped, and that Nim has not seen it ever since and has missed it.
How long ago was this?
He says a month or more.
Does he have any idea where it might be hiding, who it might go to?
Nim does not leave the building.
Okay. And he hasn't had any contact with it since.
He has not seen it since. One moment, and she steps out the hallway, and you see that there's 2 acolytes standing there behind you, just waiting quietly. I want you to remove all of the tools and materials from Nim's room. He is not to be allowed to build anything until
I start grabbing stuff.
The bottle of this, and so the acolytes come in. You start looking to grab things,
like while she's out. Like
she's standing in the doorway.
Is her back turned?
To speak to the other ones, yes.
While her back is turned, I was going to look around for things that were broken, like anything he was.
Muted yourself.
Can you hear me? Oh, what the hell! I was going to look for things that are broken to see if I could mend them, and be like, "Whoa, he mended something." But if she's going to like confiscate his stuff, I just want to like go into my.
Okay, are you trying to be quiet about it, or are you just grabbing? Okay, give me a sleight of hand.
Yeah, I just grabbed try to get the most interesting looking spanner or something.
Okay, you see some tools you don't really recognize. Okay, let me see. She is a cleric, so her passive perception is not good enough to beat that at this level. You swipe it. Nim looks at you and just is like reaching for you as the 2 acolytes come in and start grabbing everything around and walking it out. And you just see a sad-looking Nim standing there. If you would all follow me out, I believe Nim needs some time to pray to the Allhammer, ask for forgiveness.
Before we leave, this thing's got to be pretty intelligent to create something else, right?
He is blessed, yes.
Okay.
It was a gift. We did not create him. It was a gift from a wizard from Wildmount.
Ooh.
Gifted it to us. He did not leave his name. He appeared one day and provided this great gift to us.
How long ago? How long has Nim been with you?
Over a year now.
Over a year? Oh.
Yes.
Time. Wendell's like, not over 10 years. Okay, so that's good.
Yeah, over a year ago. But I have something that may be helpful. You look like hardy, adventuring types. Looking at Howl and Lamont. Could I, as she's walking you downstairs, could I interest you in...
But before we left the room...
Okay.
Nim, if you ever want a friend... If you ever want somebody to talk to,
yes,
you can find us at the Grey Skull Shadow. Send us a letter, send us a sparrow, just...
And I don't sleep either. So.
That's very kind of you.
I don't sleep, I dream.
Nim appreciates that, I'm sure. But...
Anyway, and then downstairs.
So you walk downstairs, and Valletta is saying, I would like to contract you to find and destroy this aberrant Nimblewright.
Hell yeah. What are the terms of this contract?
Well, I will provide you a Nimblewright detector that was given to us at the time that we received Nim, in case Nim ever tried to escape. Nim stays where he is. It is very good, except for this last action.
I mean, you can't really blame him. He was lonely. He's locked up in that room all day for a year.
Well, he's not locked. He spends a lot of time in the temple. The temple is his world. He can create anywhere he wants to. That's just his workshop where he sleeps.
Yeah, but there's still only one of him. He's lonely.
It's something we can consider. And if he had let us know, we would have been able to welcome this. But I'm afraid what has happened to this creation. So I will loan you this Nimblewright detector.
Yeah.
And upon the finding and destruction of the aberrant Nimblewright, the church will pay you 500 gold. Is that agreeable?
Very generous of you.
Sure.
Why must this creation be destroyed?
It was created in secret, escaped, and has now been out in the world for some time. Who knows what it has been introduced to, corrupted by?
Perhaps it's just confused.
If it was a true creation of a child of the Allhammer, it would not have left.
All right.
I say this as the High Crafter of the House of Inspired Hands.
That's fair.
Yes.
High Tinkerer?
No, we do not tinker here. We create.
Craft.
It takes a craftsman to create, and I am the High Crafter.
Mm-hmm. Sure.
Will you accept this duty?
Sure. Yeah,
Yes.
why not?
We'll see.
Excellent.
I'll hand her a group business card.
That's
Hey,
an interesting
Wendell,
name.
can we think of a new name? It's not group. It doesn't really inspire like confidence or fear.
We don't want it to inspire fear. We're a greatly reputable organization.
I don't want to inspire fear either. That's why I call myself the terror what strikes in the dark.
Sure, Lamont.
As you're discussing this, an acolyte comes up and hands the High Crafter an interesting little mechanism. It has a handle and a dial, and then some arrows on it, and like a little umbrella that whirls. And she goes, "Look, this is the Nimblewright detector. As you see, it's currently pointing in the direction where Nim is.
Yes.
What's the range?
500 feet.
Ah.
Cool.
It will show you where any Nimblewright is within 500 feet. If there is more than one, which I've heard there are a few in town, it will point alternately in the direction of those. If it is
So,
not...
like-
Yes?
So like if there are 2 Nimblewrights within 500 feet, it'll show?
It will point alternately in
Both.
each direction. If there are none,
Okay.
the top does not spin.
Cool.
It's a neat little creation. I've not figured it out yet, but I've tried.
Quite fascinating.
These Nibblewrights,
Yes, sir.
do they have like a weak point of any type, like an off switch on the back of their neck, or like soft music, or the
No.
theater? What would you
Smooth
say their
jazz.
weakness is?
Their weakness is crushing damage. You
My
hit them
weakness
hard.
is cheesecake.
You are quite a...
Right.
I see why you joke all the time. You're quite funny. That's great. But yes, thank you very much. And please go with the blessings of the Allhammer. And as you walk outside the temple, that's where we'll end it for this week. Because it's well after time now.
It's a good thing someone does force damage.
The robot's weakness is crushing damage. All I can think of is the Terminators.
Exactly. Crushing damage.
It's a good thing you got a barbarian with, blunt weapons. To
Exactly. Exactly. So that was fun. That was interesting. We actually get a little story out of the way. Actually hit 2 spots. I didn't expect. I thought we'd maybe just get 1 in, but yeah. Yeah, and I did specifically throw the sparrow at your head. Wow. I was trying to hit you, but I rolled an 8.
An airship wasn't enough.
Nope. I wanted the gnome. I just wanted the sparrow to hit you. I did. All right, so let's go around to everyone and see what they thought about tonight. I know I had a blast. This is always fun, and we got some good story in. So let's go over to my whatever direction to Lamont.
Oh man, thank you. This was super fun. I was a little late, but I had a great time. My favorite part is obviously this whole thing going on with Howell and Lamont. It's kind of awesome and precious and sad and scary, and I just think that's so cool. And I like Lamont because it's okay if I don't know what the hell's going on. So that's good. And I'm having a blast. We're going to play D&D tomorrow. I need to do one of those things with my schedule on it. I had a blast playing Aliens last Friday. I'm still buzzing from it. If you haven't already, go check the VOD, as the kids say. And I'm at Producer Trav. Watch WebDM on Wednesday. We're going to talk about curses. So won't want to miss it. Thank you for having me. I'll see you tomorrow.
Excellent. And that was one hell of an Alien show. I really wish it wasn't just every month because it was so much fun. That was good. It was great. I was thinking about it the next day, most of the next day. So yeah, pretty good. So speaking of aliens and people we have to think about nearly every day, the amazing Violet from our Friday night show, who is also our cranial damage friend, Hal.
Yes, all the brain damage. Thank you very much. I'll just take it all right to the head. Hi, my name is Nugatosaurus. I play Violet in our monthly Aliens campaign. She's a synthetic. On Monday nights, I play Hal, the shifter fighter, who's got some issues. And then on Tuesday nights, I'm also here and I play Amber of Anastra, the Divine Soul Sorceress, who is super panicked right now because she just had a terrible dream. It's going to be fantastic. And yeah, you can find me on Twitch and Twitter. I haven't really been streaming lately, but hopefully I'll be getting back into it soon. And my favorite part was definitely the Lamont Hal bits through the whole thing, because I wasn't expecting to blow up at Lamont as Hal, but it kind of happened because the opportunity presented itself, and it was fantastic. And I actually wasn't planning on revealing that she considers Lamont her best friend, but then again, the opportunity presented itself. So it was a good night. It was a lot of fun.
You're muted.
I'm muted. Yeah, great. I was playing with my dog and I was muted. All right. So, I was very surprised about the best friend revelation. And I think almost as much as Lamont was surprised by that best friend revelation. So, yeah. Speaking of revelations of divination, let's go over to Harlan Flipcoke.
Yes, hello. I'm D20 Coup de Gras. You can find me on Twitch, and I'll be playing all sorts of weird video games. And let's see. My favorite part. Well, it's kind of just Igor, and he's searching for help with this letter, and just no one's giving it to him. I think that's funny. So yeah. Thanks everybody.
Ouch.
Yeah, no kidding. I loved watching your character struggle through the entire episode.
I think it's funny. It's a simple thing. This really simple thing, and like no one's helping him.
I have fun doing it, so it's fine. I love it.
It was pretty good. And speaking of the poor Igor who can't get any help with his quest.
It's turning into its own main story side quest, The Letter Writer.
I love it.
Yeah, I had a blast with that too. It was fun just getting to play Igor again. Shiny Pilot 206, Twitches, Twitters. Play here Mondays, Tuesdays on Lindy's channel, and Aliens when we run that on the month. Are we doing favorite moment for the night?
Mm-hmm. As always.
Favorite moment. I liked interacting with everybody. That was my favorite moment. I just loved everybody's specific reactions to Igor and the situation. So that's what I enjoyed. That was my most fun. So, yeah. Thanks everybody for watching.
I agree. That's some of the best parts. I just sit back and let you guys chat, and I feel bad when I have to stop it.
I love everybody's characters and how we all interact. It's fun.
Exactly. I'll go next before we pass it on to the owner of the channel. I am Deception Check. I almost said D20 coup de grace again. I don't. There's a wiring going wrong here. Yeah, I'm Deception Check. I DM this great group every Monday. I also play on Tuesday nights and Fridays when we have that game. I have fun every time because this is a lot of fun. My favorite part tonight was just, honestly, I'm getting a big kick out of just the randomness that Lamont throws. Like I'm like, it's hard as a DM to really revel in that because you never know what the hell's coming out of his mouth at any particular time. But it has been a blast. I love Lamont. I mean, I love all the characters, but Lamont tonight really tickled my funny bone. It was great. We'll go ahead and pass this on to the wonderful Laugh Love Lindy.
Yes. Okay, so favorite part, I had a few. Lamont yelling at staff. It's fantastic. I like how Harlan's kind of adopted also bossing Igor around slightly. I thought that was pretty great. Obviously Igor with the letter and Howl, just poor, heartbroken Howl. She's all tore up about it. I could tell. It's fine. She'll get over it. I'd say there's other fish in the sea, but honestly, none of them are better than I am, so she's just gonna have to get used to disappointment. But that was a lot of fun. I can't wait to see what happens next week. We got more than I expected. Did we learn things this week? What? Us? I'm amazed. I also, my favorite Lamont moment was when he, sarcastic though it may be, said like the first sensible thing in this entire campaign. Of course, we have nothing but your best interests at heart. You know, we're close friends, but I was like, I was as flabbergasted as Wendell was. I was like, what? I'm okay with him saying this. Yes, continue on, Lamont. So that was great. You can find us here every Monday for Mondays in Exandria, and every Tuesday for Mists of Ravenloft, where, yeah, Ambara just had a freaky dream. Maybe? Dream? Who knows? We'll find out tomorrow. We had our wonderful game of Aliens last Friday, and this Saturday, coming up in just a few short days, it's gonna fly by before we know it, our once-a-month episode of Teenagers from Outer Space, where we have some wedding crashing going on. I mean, some of us were invited. It'll be fine. I'm sure nothing terrible will happen, and no very dramatic love triangles will ensue or anything, so it'll be great. Thank you all so much for hanging out and watching. We appreciate you guys, and we hope you all have a fantastic evening. Farewell.